Happy day students. Welcome to SAN Academy Pallikarnai Class 9 Biology Chapter 6 Tissues Animal Tissue. Like plants, the body of animals is also made up of different types of tissues which perform specific functions. These functions are highly coordinated by various tissues and organs found in the body of an organism. For example, relaxation and contraction of muscles result in movement of body parts, and during breathing, oxygen is provided to the body through inhalation and exhalation. Whereas mitochondria, as we have already learnt in the previous lesson, mitochondria is present in every cell of our body that utilizes the oxygen in generation of energy in the form of ATP molecules. Blood, and we all know blood is the one which runs throughout our body, and this blood is a type of connective tissue that connects different parts of the body. It carries oxygen and food to cells, collect waste products from them, and send for their proper disposal. Nerve cells give response to external and internal stimuli. Thus, blood, muscles are two different types of tissues which perform different functions. And based on the functions performed by a tissue, animal tissue are classified into four groups. They are epithelial tissues, muscular tissues, connective tissues, and nervous tissues. Under epithelial tissues, we are going to learn about squamous, cuboidal, columnar epithelial tissues, ciliated epithelial tissues, and glandular epithelial tissues. Under connective tissues, we will be learning about areolar connective tissues, that is tendon and ligament, and skeletal connective tissues, bone, cartilage, and fluid connective tissues. We will be discussing about blood. Coming to muscular tissues, we will be learning about striated muscular tissues, smooth muscular tissues, and cardiac muscular tissues. And finally, in the end of the session, we will be discussing about nervous tissue. Now let us discuss in detail about epithelial tissue. What is epithelial tissues? These epithelial tissues are also called as epithelium. The term epithelium is derived from Greek word. Epi means upon and theli means skin. It is the simplest type of animal tissue that occurs as protective covering of all external and internal surface of animal body. And due to this, epithelium is also called covering tissue. It consists of mostly one or more layers of tightly arranged continuous sheet of cells. And in these tissues, cells are closely packed and there are smaller intercellular material between them. And cells in these tissues are held together by intercellular junctions. An extracellular layer of collagen fiber are found below the epithelial membrane, and these are called as basement membrane. And this membrane plays an important role in connecting the underlying connective tissue to the epithelial tissues and provides elastic support to the epithelial tissue. As blood vessels are absent in epithelial tissue, they completely depend on diffusion of oxygen and nutrients from the other vessels which run nearby the intercellular space of the cells that are making the epithelial tissues. And nerve endings may or may not be present in epithelium, and it forms the skin and lining of the buccal cavity, blood vessels, alveoli, kidney, tubules, and various glands. Now let us discuss about the functions of epithelial tissues. Actually, these epithelial tissues protects the underlying tissues from mechanical and chemical injuries. And epithelial tissue lining also give rise to glands which secrete mucus, sweat, saliva, and enzyme. And in lungs, the epithelium exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and air. And this epithelial tissue of intestine absorbs water and digested food, and it helps even in rapid healing of wound through its regeneration power. It forms the exoskeletons like scale, feathers, hair, nail, etc. And sensory epithelium is specialized to receive these sensations. And epithelial tissues at times have cilia which helps in movement of various materials. And now, based on the number of layers and based on the shape, these epithelial tissues are further classified into different different types. First, let us see that how based on layers they are classified. They are classified into simple epithelium and stratified or compound epithelium. Simple epithelium. A single layer of cell is found in simple epithelium, whereas in case of stratified or compound epithelium, more than one layer of cell are found in stratified epithelial tissues. That is, in simple epithelium, it is only a single layer of continuous sheet of cells which forms the epithelium, your epithelial tissues, whereas in stratified or a compound epithelium, you can see more than one layers which are arranged one over the other in order to form the epithelial tissues. Now let us see how based on the shape and function these epithelial tissues are classified. So depending upon the shape and function, the epithelial tissues are classified as squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, glandular epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. So in this slide you can see the classification of epithelial tissues based upon the number of cell layers, shape of individual cells, and whether they can secrete any substance. So epithelial tissues, as I told you before, it is broadly classified into simple epithelium and compound or stratified epithelium. That is, as per class 9 NCERT, we are going to discuss only about stratified epithelial tissues, and then glandular epithelium. And under simple epithelium we are going to discuss about squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and under compound epithelium we will be discussing about stratified compound, that is stratified squamous epithelium. So now let us discuss about squamous epithelium. The squamous epithelium are generally made out of thin, flat, irregular shaped cells which fit together like floors of tiles to form a compact tissue. And this squamous epithelium is also called a pavement epithelium. It forms the delicate lining of cavities, mouth, esophagus, nose, etc., and the blood vessels and covering of tongue and skin. Function: this epithelium protects the underlying part of the body from mechanical injuries, entry of germs, chemicals, and even drying of the skin surface. And it also forms a selectively permeable surface through which filtration occurs. And now let us discuss about stratified squamous epithelium. It is found in skin and covers the external dry surface of the skin, and the cells in this tissues are arranged in many layers, and the cells forming these different layers are not similar, they are different from one another. As we go deeper into the stratified squamous tissues, we see that the cells are cuboidal in shape, but towards the external surface they appear to be hexagonal or flattened, just like squamous. Now, and these epithelium is generally waterproof and highly resistant to the mechanical energy. And you all would have noticed that whenever at times when you scratch your skin or something, you get a powdery flake like structures, and those are nothing but the dead cells of your stratified squamous epithelium. Now let us discuss about the next epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelium. Before that, let us have a look at the diagrams of squamous epithelium. As it is given in this slide, you can see there is only a single layer of irregular shaped cells which is forming a tissue. And coming to the second diagram, it is a stratified squamous, where you can see number of layer of cells arranged one over the other above the basement membrane, and it is called as stratified squamous as it has more number of layers. And after discussing about cuboidal epithelium, we will again come back to this slide in order to see the diagram and have again a recap. Now coming to cuboidal epithelium, the cuboidal epithelium is mainly made up of cube-like cells, as it is clearly evident from the name itself, but on the free surface it appears to be a hexagonal one. Occurrence: the cuboidal epithelium is found in kidney tubules, thyroid glands, sweat glands, and etc., and it forms the epithelium of certain other glands too. Now coming to the function, it mainly helps in absorption, excretion and secretion. It also provides mechanical support. So as I told in this slide, you can see the structure of a cuboidal epithelium. You can see that it is made out of a cube-like structures. But whereas on the top surface, when you see the cross section, it appears only just like a square. Whereas on the top surface, when we view from the top, it will appear like a hexagonal in shape. Now coming to columnar epithelium. This type of epithelium consists of cells which are taller than being broader, that is almost like a pillar, and the nucleus are generally found towards the base, and sometimes the free end of the cells have a brush like border containing microvilli, and it forms generally the lining of stomach, small intestine and colon, and forming the mucous membrane, and it also forms the lining of gallbladders, and the main function is it plays an important role in absorption in case of stomach and intestine, and secretion in case of a mucous membrane. And when the cilia are found at the free ends of this columnar epithelial tissue, we call it as ciliated columnar epithelium, and cilia are nothing but the hair-like projections found in the respiratory tract. Now, so here you can see the picture of columnar epithelium, and the picture clearly says how the cells are looking tall and more than being broader, and you can see the nucleus only in the bottom. Whereas in cuboidal epithelium and squamous epithelium, you can see the nucleus which are located in the center of the cell. So as I told you, the main function of your ciliated columnar epithelium or columnar epithelium is absorption in case of stomach and intestine, and secretion in case of mucous membrane. And when it is ciliated epithelium, the cilia presence in the epithelial tissues helps in pushing the mucus forward in order to clear it, which we can see in case of respiratory tract, etc. Now coming to the fourth type of epithelium, which is glandular epithelium. Actually, in certain cases, the epithelial tissues give rise to a gland-like structure, and these are called as glandular epithelium, and specifically it is the columnar epithelium which modifies into gland-like structure, and they start secreting chemicals. Examples are salivary glands and so on. So now let us have a quick recap of different type of epithelial tissues. As I told, epithelial tissues are classified broadly into four types: cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium and glandular epithelium. Coming to cuboidal epithelium, it is made out of cube-like cells with the nucleus at the center, and it is making the lining of kidneys, tubules, salivary glands, sweat and pancreatic ducts, and functions plays an important role in secretion and excretion and absorption. Coming to columnar epithelium, it is a tall pillar or column-like cells with nucleus towards the basement membrane, and it forms the lining of stomach, lining of intestine and gallbladder, and secretion. Functions are secretion, excretion and absorption, and mucus is secreted with the help of columnar epithelium, and it is also pushed out. Coming to ciliated epithelium, certain cuboidal and columnar have cilia at their free end, and it is found in oviduct, trachea, bronchioles and in nephrons of kidney. Functions: movement of cilia brings about movement of substance in one direction. Coming to glandular epithelium, cuboidal and columnar epithelium are modified into glands, and they are mainly found in salivary glands, gastric, intestinal, sweat glands, adrenal and thyroid glands, and the main function is to secrete enzyme, mucus or hormones. And so again, let us have a small recap on the classification of epithelium with the pictures. So based upon the number of layers, it is classified into simple and stratified epithelium. Based upon the cell shape, they are classified into squamous, which is an irregular one, cuboidal, which is made out of cube-like cells, and columnar one, which is made out of a pillar-like cells. That is, the cells are quite taller than being broader, and you can see the picture of simple cuboidal and simple squamous and simple columnar and stratified squamous, which is made out of different layers of tissues.